You are now tuned in to the Couples Lounge show.
It's live, it's real, it's entertaining.
That morning show telling you what somebody should have told you about love, marriage, and relationships. Ain't nobody doing it like us.
Because they ain't us.
New episodes every Saturday, giving you something to talk about. Good morning, good people. We're in the building. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We made it, y'all. Thank you for everybody that is tuning in. To all our new followers, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Couples Lounge. I'm your girl, Candace, and this is my sexy husband.
What it do?
His name is Ramon, better known as Mr. Tug. And so we are excited to be on today. Y'all, we're doing a vibe check. Let's do a relationship vibe check. And if you don't know who we are life and relationship coaches. And we just come and we've been doing our show for about 6 years. And it's just all about inspiring love, marriage, and relationships, all things that have to do with building up the kingdom of God. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we do. Good morning, Danielle. And also, if this is your first time tuning in, you are required, please, this is our ask of you, that you share the video because we want the message to get out and about. We want to spread the message. So you ready?
For sure.
So yeah, this show was inspired because of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Like y'all know I watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, right? And on the show, babe, it was looking at Martell and Melody. The last episode that they had. Okay, from Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's the main couple, Martell and Melody, and they did get a divorce.
So it's official?
Yeah, it's been official.
Oh, okay.
So y'all looking at them look at each other. So Melody had a performance.
Okay. So she's still trying to sing.
Well, actually, she was like hosting. She was hosting the event with somebody.
Oh, okay.
But it was like a major deal in Huntsville, and her first opportunity. Now, when Martell had a book signing for the kids' book, it was Melody's weekend, and she didn't let the kids go
to his event.
But it was their kids' book, but his event.
Oh, wow.
So she didn't take them.
Oh, yeah, she was being petty.
So this event, Martell decided that he had the kids on his.
So he brought the kids.
He brought the kids.
Okay.
And you could tell it was a genuine surprise when she saw her kids and him. And she was like, "Thank you for bringing them." He was like, "Absolutely, I will bring them to support their mother." I think it was a little shot fired, but still the truth that I
think that was a good shot.
Yeah, just a aha for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring them to support you,
right?
Even though you didn't.
And it was their first time seeing each other in a very long time.
Okay.
And so y'all, this is what caught my attention: the way that they were looking at each other. It was like you could see both love and pain in their eyes. Like, I still love you. Like, I'm sorry for hurting you. And her looking like, I had to leave you. I had to walk away. Right. But I still love you. Right. How many of y'all have felt that? Like in your relationship when you thought, I'm about to have to walk away from this. But I still love them.
Right.
What do we do? Like, you could see, and you can tell that their hurt is still just how their divorce was going. You could tell that it was a lot of hurt still present, but love. And so I just wanted to do a show on today because Martell said in his interview was like, he is so glad to see her doing what she do. Right. but it's like he's almost sad that he's not taking the journey with her because they had businesses together. They had and was prosperous.
You could divorce or break up with someone you still love. So I get that.
Yeah. And I think it was like, dang, we could have been doing this together.
Right.
And so, good morning, Chris. Good morning, Kanisha. So, my thing is this. Many of us have a really good relationship. Like, when I say that, we have a really good foundation. Like, we're friends.
Hopefully.
You know, and when we got married, it was genuine love there. But because of so much of hurt, experiences, healing that's been trying to happen, inability to communicate effectively, we're now looking at the person we said I do to like, I don't no more. I don't want to do this anymore. But I still know we got something special.
Do you think it's, and this is just your opinion, of course, nothing basing it on, in your opinion, as someone who watches the show, I don't watch the show, is there any possibility down the road they get back together?
I still say yes.
Really?
I still say, but Martell would definitely have to change.
No, of course.
And Melody, let me not leave that out. But I will say with the baby, it will make it
very
difficult, but with God, all things are possible.
Right.
So it would take some mindset shifts on both parts, but definitely on Melody to be able to forgive at the level she's gonna. I don't know if forgiveness is at a certain level or is it just forgiving. Yeah. It's just she's gonna have to forgive and be able to coexist with a woman that was knowingly messing with my husband. So
no, you don't have to coexist with it. With her.
It'll make the relationship with that child a whole lot easier.
I feel that when I say coexist, she doesn't have to be around that child.
You don't. I was going to say no. You don't need.
She doesn't have to be around that woman. She could be around the child, love the child. Every time you drop off, I'm just sitting in the car. When you drop him off or pick him up or her, but she's not coming to my house and I'm not going to hers.
That doesn't have to be the case, but you're going to be around that woman. If you still love your husband,
right,
and you are loving that child is going to have school events.
Okay.
That child is going to, and y'all are both going to be at the games and stuff. Yeah. So you're going to have to, yeah, it's going to take a level of forgiveness. So
right.
What do you do when you have something special? And I would say this, that because I know what me and you have, it makes me push through, or in the past has caused me to push through or want to work this out or want to talk this out or saying I know we can get past it because I know we have something special.
Okay. I can dig it.
Do you know that you and your spouse has something special? Like, do you really feel we got something special? I want y'all to just imagine this before we go into the whole conversation. What if you just imagine, if you could close your eyes right now, that the person that you said I do to, y'all are friends, like really best friends.
Okay.
Y'all are committed to just each other. It ain't no outside people trying to complete nothing that the other person ain't doing. Like, we in this just us. You raising amazing kids together.
Okay.
You're traveling the world together. Or you're doing whatever, even if it ain't traveling, not all people want to travel, but you're doing things that you all love to do together. What if you all are having the home or building or buying the home that you desire? You driving the cars that you desire. You are living life at the highest level with each other. And in that, you know how to communicate effectively. You at a place where you feel peace in your relationship. There's an abundance of love in your marriage.
Right.
And you all are doing like y'all are in this covenant how God created it to be. Just what if you could get to that level? What if you could be and live life from that perspective?
That's how you supposed to. Right?
Wouldn't it feel so good?
Right.
Wouldn't it feel so good? And so Mon has made this statement before, and I want us to talk about it.
What?
Oh, first of all, by the way, that little post that was on the Facebook page about women communicating and men communicate, that was not me. That was this one right here that posted that video. I mean that picture, but y'all seem to enjoy it. It got a lot of laughs, and it had some truth to it. And so what I seen in it was those two people exist in every household. Some people was like, "Nah, it's reversed in my household." Some of the women was like, "Nah, that's my husband, that talkative one, and I'm just to the point." So the reality of it is, those two people exist in marriages and in households. So you can just appreciate it somehow, some way, accepting each other. So baby has told me this before. For those of you that are just tuned in, you're tuned into the Couples Lounge show. So baby has said to me before, we are good because we are not arguing. We good. We ain't arguing. If I'm coming to him with wanting more, seeing us doing more, but why you tripping? Because we not arguing. So does that really mean that your marriage is good just because you all are not arguing?
No. I mean, I thought it at one point. Yeah, I've said it because I thought that. But no, with a woman, no.
What you mean?
A woman doesn't have to argue to be unhappy. Hell, your woman can be silent and unhappy, or real short. Yes, no, and direct. No, you're not good. Just because you're not arguing don't mean you're not good.
Don't mean you're good.
Yeah, in a good space.
Right.
Yeah.
What made you think that in the past, that just because we're not arguing that we good?
I don't know. Because I just associated with some negative, and if you wasn't, then it was okay. That was thinking. I remember saying it. That was pretty stupid. That was pretty crazy. I'll say that. So no, I don't know why. I don't know. That don't make sense, because it don't make sense. And I sit here and think about it like that. That don't make no sense.
And the reason that as I was thinking about this show, the reason people may not be arguing is because somebody done checked out. We're not arguing because we're not discussing hard topics. We keeping stuff surface. So yeah, we don't have, and I want to put this disclaimer here: just because you are having hard conversations doesn't mean that it has to lead to arguing. Let me say that. And so maybe you're not arguing because, like I said, you keep things surface level, or you are just trying to keep the peace. So, I'm not going to say nothing. You're not arguing because you no longer desire to talk to him, or you just so unhappy and you in your head and you in your thoughts. And so you thinking all the time, you processing all the time. So you're not communicating.
Right. Real quick, off topic. When we gonna do another couple sign like we did bowling?
I'm working on. It's coming up. It was supposed to be at the end of September, but we'll get that done.
We had fun doing that.
Yeah.
How many couples we have?
16. I think 16.
We had fun doing that.
Brian said people can be withdrawn and don't want to be involved with the stuff as much as they're unhappy. Right. So just because your relationship seems like you have some peace because you don't see chaos, that doesn't mean that both individuals in the marriage is happy. It might just mean y'all not talking to each other,
which is extremely dangerous.
And so can you say that we are happy when we are, like, taking what Mon said, we must be good because we're not arguing? No, you can check to see if you good. Can we have a conversation and it not turn into arguments? Can we discuss our goals, our dreams, the vision we have? Can we discuss our kids? And can we have a conversation and not an argument? Are we willing to say, you know what, babe, I see this in you that may needs to be changed. What you see in me. And we can have that conversation and it not turns into projection and blame and pointing the fingers. And can we have those type of conversations? Then that's when you know, all right, we rocking and rolling with this thing. And so that's a vibe check right there. How do y'all, what does the conversation turn into? Can it remain just a conversation, or do your conversations normally turn into arguments?
Kanisha said, when I'm quiet and not want to discuss things, it's a problem. I'm done and defeated. Man, I would say that's anybody, especially a woman.
Why especially a woman?
Because women are more talkative.
Mm-hmm.
So when a person that is talkative no longer talks,
Mm-hmm.
that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
With a man, I mean, the same thing for men, but men are not talkative. So if we're quiet, it's meant not necessarily be something bad. He could just be processing something to think it. But for me, this is just my humble opinion. If you're in a relationship with a woman, that woman is quiet now, ain't saying that, be scared. I'm scared. At that point now, I'm probably scared. Like, dang, is she gonna kill me? She gonna step? No, I don't mean that. But you know what I mean? But it's
thing
not
about it
good.
is, but the thing about it is, even with men, even though y'all are not talkative, y'all women can, if she's in touch and in tune with you,
no doubt,
even when you're not talking, she knows when it's something that's wrong, because you have a level at which you do talk. And when you are not moving and operating like that, we know something is out. We know something is in your world that you are just not communicating. So when love and pain is in the same marriage, how do you move through that? When love and pain is in a relationship?
Carefully, strategically. And when I say strategically, you have to be strategic to get past it. Coaching. Do you get coaching? Do you sit down and plan how to communicate instead of just, we just need to talk? You might need to be strategic in how you communicate, where you communicate. The time that you spend together, you got to be very strategic. Do we need some alone time? Do we need a romantic setting? Do we need to get rid of the kids? You got to really sit down and think when hurt is involved in it. Now, the love will make you want to do it. The hurt will kind of, but you have to be strategic. Now, you can't just, hey, babe, I'm home, and y'all just sitting in there talking. No, because you don't want to talk. She doesn't want to talk to you. So how do I get this woman or man to actually hear me now? How can I make the environment in the place wherever we at, how do I speak to her in a manner to where she's actually hearing me?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And this is something, me and Mon did a podcast last Sunday, and something that he said is being intentional. You have to be intentional to create a great relationship, a great marriage. Right. Y'all, we have to be intentional.
You got to be intentional. Get out of this hurt, this whatever space that we in that's negative. You have to be intentional to get out of it. Because if we're both being ignorant and whatever, well then that's this problem. When I ain't speaking, she ain't speaking, I ain't speaking, we'll stay there.
Right. It's like, what is it that you want? You have to keep being mindful. If you've ever been my client or our client, you already know it's a constant. What is it that you want? And what you want, are you first being that, so that it can now reciprocate in your marriage or your relationship? It's being intentional. and your marriage, you having a good, great. Let me say great. You having a great marriage is not gonna just happen by
What up, Mel?
default. It's not gonna. We just gonna wake up every day and we just gonna do life
And be happy.
and it's just gonna. No, you have to be intentional about your relationship. So that means you have to invest quality time into your relationships. You have to be intentional about what it is that you want. Definitely husbands should have a mission and a vision for his family and how it is that he wants it to operate, and his wife should know the vision. So, babe, this your vision? Bet. Let me help you because I'm your helpmate. So I'm gonna help you make sure that your vision for your family, for us, come to pass. That's being intentional. When y'all hurt each other, let's be intentional about forgiveness. When you know we lacking in this area and we gotta talk about it, we gotta be intentional about having the conversations. We cannot just keep sweeping stuff under the rug and not addressing it, because the rug just keeps getting higher and we keep falling over it because we won't address situations that are happening and knowing like we can address it and everybody gonna be all right. So many times we're worried about either I can't handle the repercussions. I know that used to be my thing. I didn't want to have to deal with the possible repercussions because mom would get so, I call it rah. He would get so rah. And it was like, I didn't want to deal with that. So I was like, man, I'm just not going to talk about it. Or I don't want to deal with, I want peace. I don't want no chaos. I don't want confrontation. And I had to get to a point that that's not serving either one of us any good, to not have conversations because of that reason that I had. And so it's like, now I don't care what it is. I'm going to go to him about it. I don't care if he don't want to hear about it. That doesn't matter. If we need to talk about it, we need to talk about it. If this is something on my heart, we need to talk about it.
Yeah, you will.
Because now I also know I can handle whatever come with that. And I get to make up in my mind what that is really about. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, I saw it moving, but it say fear messes up some very important. Ooh, that's good.
What?
Fear messes up some very important, necessary communications. That's good right there. Good morning, Miss Osby from Texas. What up? It says, Chris says, I always take a woman screaming at me over silence. If a woman is silent, you're really messed up. Thanks. I think we all should be concerned with silence, because
more so with women though.
But you don't know what your spouse is thinking. And
but is it but it's still more so with women. It's not uncommon for a man to be quiet. And that ain't normal for y'all to be quiet. It's just not normal.
Whatever. Do you look at your marriage as a ministry? Do you look at your marriage as a ministry?
I like that, Kim.
A ministry. When you think about a ministry, you think about a church ministry, kids ministry, choir ministry, usher ministry.
Shut up, Mel.
It is serving for, okay, well, he done put some up. You have to also pay attention when your partner is trying to be intentional. My husband makes changes subtle, and I have to be in tune when he is trying to fix things without a big announcement. Ooh, or conversation. Yes. Oh my God. That is being in tune with each other. It's noticing the slight changes.
Women do, men don't.
Well, speak about it, honey.
We're just not as observant as women. Women would notice every more times than not changes that a man does, whether it's something we start wearing cologne when we didn't work, you start dressing up, you start all of a sudden on Tuesday. I noticed on Tuesday you scratch your left
eye. Baby, be serious.
Okay. Yeah, but y'all just more observant than men. Y'all have a whole new hair done and haircut, and we wouldn't even notice it.
That's not good.
Men are just
I
not
don't, but I
as
don't.
observant as y'all.
But if your woman is I bet y'all notice when we don't do something y'all want us to do. I bet y'all observant of
Okay,
that.
again,
I
she
bet y'all
said,
observant. So why
my
are you?
husband make
Why?
changes.
Okay. Well, why are y'all observant and can notice when we not doing whatever, but you can't notice when we are doing?
It's easy to notice things when it's lacking, when you feel and that's affect us that something is lacking. It's easy to notice that
Because that's what you focusing on.
because it's easy to do. Something is lacking. I'm not all of a sudden my wife ain't cooking no more. I'm gonna notice that it's lacking. My wife don't clean. She doesn't do this no more. That's easy to notice. Subtle little changes we're not in tune with like y'all are.
I'm gonna say you need to be mindful of what you are paying attention to as well, because that's what we can get caught up doing in relationships as well. In life, whatever you focus on, that's what's gonna grow. Whatever you focus on, that is what you will see. So people with a negative mindset, they see negative. That's what they see more times than not. They're going to see negative. That's why it's hard for you to be around negative people, because it's like, God dang, you negative about everything.
Yeah.
Because that's their mindset. And so in a relationship, if you constantly focus on the negative and you don't want to see the positive, then all the negative is going to be highlighted. But if you take an opportunity, I would tell y'all what I've had to do for myself is that, because I have found myself in that pattern. Definitely when that like that COVID happened, it was, I found myself just constantly looking at like, he not doing this, he not doing that, he not that, nah. And I was like, ooh, this is leading me down a bad path. When you get on that path of constantly just wanting to see and look at what they're not doing, it starts just magnifying and magnifying, and it becomes heavy. And so I literally had to say, I'm just gonna start looking at all the good. Candace, find the good in every situation. Even if something happened that where it was a lacking, he lacking right here, replace it with a good.
Right. Boy,
and that way I can still acknowledge this with to him,
right,
but I can still see him from a higher perspective as well. So, and it allowed me when I came to him about this, that it didn't feel so hard and so harsh, because I still see you as a child of God. I still see your loving essence. I still see these beautiful aspects about you. But let me also address this right here, because this is either going to make you better, it's going to make our marriage better. And so I had to shift my mindset. So I think people that constantly focus on the negative and always want to point at the negative, you're operating from a negative mindset.
right. That, to me, people like that have an internal problem. There's something wrong with them that they have to deal with when you only thing you focus on is negativity.
Well, we just kind of was saying that about men, that y'all can focus on the negative stuff,
No,
but y'all don't.
Jesus Christ. No, that's not exactly what. That's not what we said.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yes, we were speaking two different things. Then I'm saying we couldn't. It's easy to notice something negative, not that we're focused on nothing negative. All things negative. That's not what I said.
Let's get back to Kim's comment. Be intentional about looking at the subtle good things. Like, I've seen things in mine that is changing, but I haven't said anything yet. But I see it.
What?
But I see it. And I'm not telling you. I see it, and I just want to be intentional in my mind of, I peeped that change. I just see that change.
Oh, he's brushing his
teeth. I see that.
At 9 instead of 9:15. Oh, okay.
I just said a good thing. You see how his mind think?
No, but seriously, what are you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
What are you talking about? Give me one.
One thing that I have saw that
You notice.
that I've noticed yesterday you said I think it was yesterday you made the statement of we're not gonna worry about it. It'll work out like it's supposed to work out. And that is huge. That, my friends, is huge.
It is.
For my husband to not be worried and not
Wow.
feeling like he has to control something or and it was when he said it, it was the peace that he had when he said it. Like I didn't feel it was big. It was big. And so yeah. Prayer changes things. Prayer. Baby, y'all better pray over them. Lay your hands on them when they sleep. And pray over them. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. So for those of you that are just joining in, this conversation was inspired by looking at Martell and Melody from Love and Marriage Huntsville and just seeing them look at each other post-divorce and see both love and pain in their eyes, the love that they still had that I feel like is still present.
That has to be very painful.
What?
To be in love with someone that I'm not with or can't be with no more.
And definitely when it was because of just your immature.
Because of me.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't because of me or because of something you did. It wouldn't. It does.
Well, we just talking about Martell and Melody.
No, okay. Listen to me instead of interrupting. What I mean by something me or it could have been what she did. The pain he feels is no different from the pain she feels.
Oh no, I gotta disagree with that. But come on.
Okay, well, good. I bet her pain is here, but I believe his pain is equally there if he truly loves her and truly wants to be with this woman. And I can't because of what I did. He's sick. I won't show you that. And I'll be in front of you and you wouldn't have you'll be, I hate man. Because this Negro seems like he living his best life. And soon I live, oh God, Jesus, what have I done? Oh God, what have I done? But I'm not going to let that be seen. So that's, both of them are hurt. And I feel for them. I feel for anybody because there's a lot of people who may truly be in love or love the person that they left. Yeah. I just can't be with you no more. So that has to be very painful. Very painful. Yeah.
And you could see it, and it was like like I said, I feel like Martell feels like, you know what I'm saying? I ultimately caused this because they kept trying to work it out.
Why what?
And it was like, dang. And I think Melody is like the family, and him too, because Martell is big on family. It's the family that we had that now is destroyed. The businesses that we had is now gone. Like, you sacrificed all of that for a piece of
PUSS.
Yeah, you sacrificed all that you had.
That's power.
For that side piece. Like, and I think now, of course, hindsight 2020, he understands that he ruined his entire life for a brief moment. Because Martell is literally coming from ground zero, building his way back up.
Okay. Why would Cassandra speak on why would you not let what you really feeling be known as a husband? I would let her know that I love you. Baby, just listen. Please stop interrupting before I punch you in the stomach. I would let her know that I love her. I want her back, baby. I miss you. But then I will, at some point, I will see she's not budging.
I think she's talking about what we were talking about.
Baby, I know what I'm speaking on. Please, what did I say? Stop in the.
But I think Cassandra's not talking about Martell and Melody right there. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Oh my God. So therefore, now my pride is in the way. My ego is in the way. I'm hurt, and I'm not gonna just show you how hurt I am because you have moved on. You're gone. I am not gonna just live my life and let you see that I am a miserable state right now. My pride, was not. I'm not gonna allow you. I'm not gonna let that happen. But I'm gonna let you know I want you. But if I'm trying all September, all October, November. I gotta realize Candace is gone. She's gone. I'm not for every time you see me. No, damn it, no. I'm not for the act. But I'm not. No, I can't let you see how sick, how truly sick I am. I'm not gonna let you see me cry. Listen to Sade. I'm in the backyard listening to Sade.
Why not if
smoking
you're
a
my
cigar.
husband? Why not if you're
I
my
already
husband?
did, because when I tried to get you back, I've been trying to get you back. It's over with. You're gone. So why am I showing you that? It's done. That ain't gonna help nothing. I've already tried.
Okay, so let me put it in another situation.
Okay,
and that's what I'm gonna help you out. So let me ask you this: why don't husbands really let us know how they feel as a husband?
He may not know how. No one may have taught this man how to. No one may have told this man it is okay to be vulnerable in front of your wife. It is difficult for men to be vulnerable in front of other men. And it's damn near impossible for us to do it in front of a woman. We have taught, programmed, whatever, not to be. So now you want me to do something that my whole life I've never been shown how, told how, and actually been told not to do it. Now all of a sudden, okay, here, now do it.
And I
you know how difficult that is?
And I guess for me, what comes up is you all can communicate, men. Y'all can communicate when you want to communicate. You can communicate when you want something or desire your wife to do more, or you can communicate then. So it's not like, or even with your friends, like y'all communicate, y'all talk about women and different things like
and then
that.
We don't communicate on certain levels, men.
And I get that.
Okay.
I get that. So what I'm saying is it that you don't know how to communicate, or is it that you don't want to communicate because, as Brian said earlier, some fear there in being vulnerable, some maybe
Both.
not feeling like it?
Both. We don't know how to, and we're afraid to. And it's a sign of weakness almost. It's both. It is literally both.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, it's both. It is. For the long, I mean, again, since little boys, you taught that's almost a sign of weakness. Stop crying. You get over. You damn near can't even talk about you having problems as a little kid, as a boy, especially our generation.
Okay.
Now, this generation, they're teaching
different.
them to,
Mm-hmm.
To open up, to speak,
Mm-hmm.
this and this and that. So it's a little different now.
So let me ask you this: you were, and many of us, we, like Dr. Reverend Adura said last week, we don't have original thoughts. It's stuff that we've learned. Most of our thoughts are not original. They don't come from us. They come from parents. They come from society. They come from teachers. They come from that. And so as we get older, we have to be willing to break up and divorce some of the things that we have been taught, that now when you know better, you do better, or you learn something different. So maybe that's the stance, that we didn't know how. This is how we were taught growing up. Whoop the whoop the whoop. At what point in your marriage and in your relationship do you say, I have to be intentional about figuring this out in order to do something different? We can't just keep putting our hats on we wasn't taught that. Because, just thinking about women, and a lot of times women are coming into relationships.
Excuse, it's just an explanation. At some
But
point,
I'm just saying,
okay. What point you need to do it the moment you say I do.
okay.
You should do it when you get married. The moment you decide to make this woman your wife, a part of you, you should be okay. This is the woman. This is the one person I will open up to. But at the same time, the woman has to make it a safe place, make it easy for me to be vulnerable. Don't attack me when I do. Don't use that up against me a month from now, a year from now, a week from now, after I do it. Allow me that safe place to be vulnerable, to show this and tell you how I feel, this and that nature. And help encourage me that it will be okay, reassure me that it will be okay for me to do, knowing that it's difficult for me or for him. You should try to reassure that brother, baby, it is okay. I am your queen. I'm your wife. I love you. You can. And again, don't use it later to bash him over the head with it or poke him with it. Now you got a man that's, I might can do this. Okay. It wasn't too bad. It was hard trying. God dog it. But after I did it, it wasn't that bad. Maybe I could do this again.
And then it goes back to a post that I posted on my main page, where the pastor Tim Ross was talking about how it says when we confess to God that we are forgiven, but when we confess to each other, that's where healing takes place. And when he pointed that out, like, I really want to dive into it so I can have like this powerful awareness, but it was just that simple. And he was saying, like, it was a aha moment for him that said that God will allow the confession and the conversation and the healing to take place in community with other people. And I was like, oh my God, I just remember having a download one time to start including a I confess activity with our couples. And it's just, when you confess, it's freeing. When you can admit to certain things, it's just freeing. And then you open up your heart to allow healing to start happening. So for a husband,
yeah, that's easy said than done. Confess what?
Confess whatever.
Yeah, baby, I confess. I did leave out the Kool-Aid, that mustard last night. Yeah, that's easy to do. To confess. Yeah, baby. Remember 2 years ago when you thought Sheila was a little too friendly? Yeah, I confess. That ain't gonna happen.
This is the thing, and this is what I posted when I posted for the couples. That's that power of when your spouse is asking you something, especially for a woman. More times than not, if your woman is asking you a question,
she probably knows.
She already knows or has a strong intuition, that she already has the answer.
Right.
So when she comes to you,
right,
if you just confess, if it's the truth, confess so we can move past it, because she's not gonna move past it if in her spirit she feels like it is lying. Something, that you're lying.
Right.
So the quicker that you can get to a place, and absolutely, it might be like, no, we're gonna have to go to counseling for this. I confess in counseling where we got some support and somebody that can help us work through it.
Right.
But you got to get to that place, or otherwise that situation will forever linger in your marriage. And it's like this little, I guess, that lump that we just keep tripping over, because she can't get past it, and she keep getting triggered every time something happens, because she know it's not truthful. And then because you're not being truthful, you're being convicted some way or another internally, whether she knows it or not. Whenever she bring it up, you being convicted. God is convicting you. Now it's on your mind. Now how do I cover it up? How do I make sure this ain't exposed, and make sure I'm deleting this, that? You constantly being convicted, and you're not getting it.
Right.
And you just keeping it going when you can. Let me just confess. Let me end this. Whoop the whoop. So
that fear of the repercussions. Fear of the repercussions. That's the only thing I can think of. Fear of the repercussions.
And that's why you back to when you do things, when you make decisions, be willing to live with the results.
Yeah.
You got to be willing to live with the consequences of your decisions and your choices.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm about to do this, but I'm willing to live with the consequence of it, whatever it is,
right,
good or bad.
Right.
That's living present.
Yeah.
That's living present, to ask yourself.
That's growth. That takes some maturity to be able to do that. Whatever it is that I did or I'm doing, if it comes to light, all right, I'm gonna stand on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand on that.
It does. It takes a whole bunch of maturity. Even when so this is for y'all that be thinking about doing crazy stuff in your marriage. Like
stuff like what?
Like I'm gonna get at him, or I'm gonna do a revenge type thing, or vice versa. Or I'm so ticked off right now, you know what? I'm gonna say this to him, or I'm gonna say this to her. You gotta be willing to live with that choice.
Right. So now when he go back at you and respond in a manner that wasn't so loving.
But hopefully not.
When people get attacked, a lot of times they attack back. And you shouldn't be shocked when you get attacked back. It blows my mind how a woman, well, I can't say a woman, anybody, you attack him, you attack her, and she attacked right back. Why are you looking shocked that he or she, because they went on a level you wasn't prepared for? You attacked them. You should have known the blow was coming back.
Y'all, we shouldn't be attacking each other back.
No,
we should not.
We shouldn't be attacking each other.
Period.
That's one thing I've always taught. I made a point to teach my daughter that, baby girl. At one point, she came home. I think she was in elementary, 3rd, 4th grade or something. She kicked this boy and kicked because he did. I like, whoa. Don't you ever put your hands on the boy ever again. I was so sure and kind of like, oh my God, the look on her face, because you hit a boy, he's going to hit you back. Be prepared to get hit back. I didn't say it was right, but I ain't prepared you. If you do something to somebody, don't be looking crazy when they do it right back to you.
Because everybody is not at a mature level. No. Everybody hasn't done their work to be able to say, I'm not going to engage with you. Right. I'm not about to do that. You got to know the level. Right. And so this was a relationship vibe check. And what I want you all to understand and to know is that really look at your marriage. Really look at your marriage. Really look at the person that you said I do to. Do you feel like you have something special? Is it popping? Or is it dropping? If you took out all of the gunk, do you have something special? Because if you feel like you still have something very special, we can clean up the gunk. We can heal those things, because it's just something very, very powerful about the marriage covenant. We just got to learn how to heal in it, grow, and do it according to God's word, because our marriage is a ministry. And we got off of that. I think Mun posted something. He did it again.
What?
The longer you let it go and cover it up, the worse it is for me, because how it's covered up or deflect is decreasing my level of trust. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so I was saying earlier how our marriage is a ministry. Our marriage, when other people see it, should bring, first of all, y'all closer to God, but also bring other people closer to God. People should be able to experience love when you and your spouse is in the room. They should be able to experience love, which is the ultimate emotion, is God.
Right.
Your marriage should do something to bring people closer, just like any other ministry. You, as this right here, you are serving God with your marriage. You're teaching people how to be forgiving. You're teaching people how to be loving. You're teaching people how to have self-control.
Right.
You're teaching people, I'm thinking about all the fruits of the spirit. You're teaching people how to walk from their Holy Spirit. You're teaching people what prayer is about. Your marriage is a ministry, is a walking ministry. As they say, if nobody ever opened the Bible, they should be able to be in the experience of you and your husband or wife and be able to experience a little bit of God. A little bit. And I'm not talking, well, I can't tell you what's going on, but the more that you can do that from a place of integrity, because yes, I'm very clear that people can go out in public and put on a mask and you would think their marriage is amazing.
Right.
But still in that, it's still inspirational. They got to deal with the lack of integrity, what's going on at home, your house, in your house, your marriage is a pure mess. But outside, you put on a facade. But it's still the power of marriage, and it still encourages people to follow that path and give people hope. Your marriage should give people a hope of what marriage is and the possibility of what it brings to your life. Because when it is done according to God's word, and it's not going to be this perfect, as you said before, like if you think you're going to be happy 100% of the time in your marriage,
Right.
more it's like that's a lie. I'm not even finna tell you that.
No, there's some I'm upset.
Yeah,
Not I hate you. I ain't say I hate you, but there's some days where your wife or your husband made you mad.
Yeah,
He shouldn't have did that shit. You knew good and well I want it, or it happens. Come on now.
And it's like in those moments when you get to the place where you can look back and like laugh on, like we was being so petty right then. And it just shows you the growth that y'all have had. Like you remember we used to argue about that, or we used to respond like this, and we couldn't have a conversation. So I just want to tell you all to just imagine how I started it out, being in covenant with the person that you love. And y'all living life at a grand level in accordance to how God has called y'all to.
Right.
Y'all marriage is a ministry.
Right.
Y'all are doing something in the world together. I think it's just a couples lounge. I think it's speaking. I think is being authors in as it relates to marriage. But for some people, it may be we do community service together at a homeless shelter, or we give back to the elderly. What do you and your spouse do together to give back? What does y'all ministry do together to give back? And so sometimes we can so much be focused on the negative that we lose sight of what we really have. Because I know for Martell, his wife wasn't, from what I can tell, one piece of it was sex. She wasn't giving him the sex that he needed. And that's what kind of caused him to start stepping out. Even with that, it's like how we work it out. How do we be intentional? I'm not happy in this area of our marriage. So we gotta, everything is about intentionality. I think that's just the word to use.
Yeah. Yeah. And being open to communicate it. If I'm needing this and not getting it, tell the person. Tell the person. And then, even because here's the problem, I can tell you and still not get it. Then what?
And why is that? And that's another conversation to have.
Yeah.
And it's not a assuming they just don't want to give it to them. Like, really?
And that's not a pass to, all right, well, I done told you.
Right.
Because both parties could say that about something.
Absolutely.
You might say it about something totally different. And I'm, that can lead to the same thing.
Yeah.
But we both can say it.
Yeah. And that's another ding, 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 ding moment. Is that you can keep trying to blame and point fingers and you but your spouse can say the same thing. So are we gonna try to do this together? Are we gonna be intentional about we not finna be on opposite team? That will be another word so many couples are, y'all have gotten off of the same team. Y'all have to get back to being a team. Y'all, it be so
Big booty
beautiful.
Judy.
It's gonna be so beautiful when you can heal up the gunk. Get rid of the get your hands off of me. Get rid of the gunk so that you can live your marriage from this place of just vibrant zeal.
My wife getting thick.
Energy, like, and just, I love you even when I don't like you. I'm still in love with you. Crazy boy. I just had a moment. I still.
Damn. I ain't crazy.
Because I know what we got is so special. So when you know what you have is special, y'all be willing to figure it out together. Not one person doing it, not one person trying to figure out everything by themselves, trying to make the marriage work by themselves. The quicker both of y'all can be in this thing together, you'll make God proud. You will make God proud. Does your marriage make God proud?
Ooh, whoa, hold on.
That is a
Snap your fingers. That's a word in itself. That's a show. Do your marriage make God proud? Ooh.
And how you show up in your marriage, will God be proud of you? Will God be proud of you?
I love it. I love it. Say, man, thank you for tuning in. Oh, am I jumping the gun?
You can start doing it. Somebody should have told me.
Somebody should have told me.
When you got something special, feel it in.
When you got something special, realize it and work to keep it. First, it starts with realizing it is something special. The grass ain't greener. It's right here. And work to keep it. Because you can mess it up. Because you don't even realize I got something special. You think I got something that ain't special. Yeah, you do. You got to realize it first and foremost and work to keep it. Boom.
Y'all complete that sentence. If you got something special, what? Type it. Type it in. If you got something special. If you got something special, act like you got something special. Just like you take care of anything else that you consider special, whether it's diamonds that you have, your favorite pair of shoes that you feel special, your favorite bag that you feel special, your favorite suit that you feel special. You don't just wash that suit. You take that suit to the cleaners when it needs to be clean. You take care of it. You take care of it. If you got something special, respect it. Yes, I love it. I love it. So just like with anything else, when you got a Maserati, a Porsche, or whatever car you have, you love your car.
You gonna
take care of it.
Yeah.
You'll notice the moment that you no longer in love with that car, you'll start letting stuff break on it. You ain't worried about it. All that kind of stuff. If you got something special, treat it like it's a part of you. You won't be quick to damage yourself. If you got something special.
Well said, my brother.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Know that if you are married and if you got married for love, not because of circumstances, but those two, but definitely for love, y'all can work through it. You can work through it. You might need some support. If you need some support, the thing has been going across the bottom of the screen the whole time. Book you a discovery session. Sometimes it just needs somebody to help interrupt the pattern of what you all have been doing so that you can get back to what you really have. It's like that. You got the diamond in the rough. No diamonds is being they gotta go in there and they gotta get it and they gotta clean it off. Yeah, yeah. So yes. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tuning in. Enjoy y'all Saturday.
That's it.
That's it. We love y'all. Peace. Babe, we gotta do a video.
Not right now.